So, we're talking about this. Oh, yes, we're really going here with it. QT Marshall versus Cody Rhodes. With Arn Anderson as the special guest referee. This started all the way back at Revolution. QT Marshall looking frustrated, getting pissed off, and looking like he's getting tired of being held back. He goes ahead and ditches Dustin Rhodes. Then he's not there for Cody when he's getting beaten down by a Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Dark and everything. Being Zero Miedo. And Cody's doing his feud with Shaquille O'Neal, which failed miserably. Then he went ahead and feuded with Pentagon Dark. Then got his ass kicked, even though he won the match. Then he's just doing stuff trying to quell the tension within Nightmare Factory and family, where Cody is trying to be a diplomat and it's like, and when QT expresses all this frustration out on live television, Cody comes out and says, "We could do a gentleman's match, we could do a special exhibition match, just me and you. Just me and you." And Cody calls him his best friend, and I was like, oh, he's screwed, because Cody and friends never really work out. I mean, like, Cody even ditched the Elite, and, well, he hasn't spoken to them since. They probably should go and address that. So, yeah. And Red Velvet got signed, so that's cool. So, they agree to a gentleman's match, essentially. Exhibition match, Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall with special guest referee Arn Anderson. And yeah, the Nightmare family comes out with the wrestlers to stand around the ring, and basically just trying to, be like a lumberjack of sorts. Just like, it's like a tribe fight, like one challenge the head of the table. Yeah, Roman should probably do that one day. Anyways, so this didn't really end well in terms of how it went. So QT Marshall clearly had enough of all this, and yeah, they have a little bit of a back and forth, but really it was Cody who got the most advantage going on for him. And Cody, they crisscross around the ring with running the ropes. QT leaps over Cody, but then gets two arm drags. Marshall back up and hits a drop kick on Cody Rhodes. Marshall then focuses on the bad shoulder, back and forth action. Cody gets Marshall in the crossroads, but throws him down. Cody had previously said he wasn't looking to hurt QT with his big moves. QT with a massive slap to the face. He hits the ropes looking for a running crossbody, but Cody moves out of the way. And QT flies to the floor, looking pretty embarrassed. Cody opens the ropes for him, trying to be a gentleman to get him back in the ring. Marshall does so, and then punches Arn Anderson in the face. And that was 8 minutes. Okay, so seems like QT's done. So QT goes ahead and just is like trying to wonder what he just did. Then leaves, and yeah, my hair's crazy. Then leaves the ring, hands on his hips, like, what have I done? And as the Nightmare family tries to reconcile and wonder what the hell is going on, hell breaks loose. So, so QT makes his way to the stage with the entire Who game back in the ring to check on Arn. The Nightmare family then all of a sudden, the Senate goes ahead and beats the living hell out of those who supported Caesar. I mean, the Nightmare Factory goes ahead and beats the crap out of anyone who supports Cody. Anyways, so Dustin gets beaten down, bloodied open by the big guy over there. I can't remember his name. I only know QT Marshall so far in this, and yeah, that's kind of a thing. But yeah, anyways, Dustin gets busted open and takes a pile driver on the steel steps by QT. And Anthony, he goes ahead and punches Cody, in the midsection, dropping him to the mat. They move him out to QT, who's still on the steps. So anyways, Brutus goes ahead and gets the knife. QT gets the steel chair. QT goes ahead and looks to smash Caesar's head in, Cody's head in with a chair. But then Red Velvet comes out and tells QT that that's his friend and he doesn't want to do this. So QT decides to leave the ring with his guys, and the Nightmare family has been officially destroyed with this schism assassination attempt on the Ides of March. With this betrayal and backstabbing. Let's cut the common courtesy here. yeah, now you got this feud for Cody for a while, and yeah, you notice I'm making these Ides of March references. It's the last day of March, so yeah, there's a reason for that. This is I'm not saying this was planned. I'm not saying this is 100% planned. I'm pretty sure it was partially planned, and then we're like, wait, we referenced this last year. So the more eagle-eyed viewers of AEW went ahead and put this on Reddit, saying what's crazy is tonight put over someone hugely who wasn't even mentioned in the show, Jake Effin Roberts. Over a year ago, the night he debuted, Jake Roberts called Cody Rhodes Julius Caesar. Fast forward to now, Cody is stabbed in the back by his best friend in front of his peers during the month of March. His people revolted against him for being too grandiose and self-serving, while he had no idea of the trap he walked into. The prophecy has truly been fulfilled, as foretold by the smartest man in wrestling, Jake Roberts. I will never doubt anything that this man says. So I'm pretty sure Jake Roberts like, "Oh, mighty Caesar has fallen. Oh, Caesar." With that gravelly voice of his, which is just awesome. So yeah, this is the thing I really wanted to talk about. Why this video even happened is because, like, I didn't notice this at first, but then when I looked back on the promo and I was like, oh, they're going there. They're continuing off of what happened last year. Jake Roberts calls out Cody, calls him Julius Caesar, or oh, hail mighty Caesar. It would have been more awesome if he said, oh, Kaiser, because that's how it's really pronounced for people sometimes. Even Julius from Fallout New Vegas says it, calls him Kaiser and not Caesar. And so really look at this. AEW, the company that's only 2 years old, the company known for its flippy blood and guts, because of course that's how they labeled it, it is doing Shakespearean adaptations for wrestling, while the WWE, the sophisticated company, is doing fifth grade book report cards. Please know, this is a TV feud. Double or Nothing is still ways away, until May, and they're probably not going to have enough time to make this stretch out all the way to Double or Nothing, so they're probably going to have it at the end of April. They have this, and WWE has a WrestleMania feud going on that features fifth grade report cards. Can you explain to me how this is happening? AEW just went ahead and said, "Hey, let's do our own version of Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare and make the Roman tragedy a thing." So when's the Augustus Caesar going to come in? Who's going to be the Augustus Caesar of all this? I'm like, it could be Cody's child, but it's still ways away before he can actually, take over Cody's business. Uh, who's going to be the adopted son of Caesar in this story? Like, QT's put himself as Brutus, et tu Brutus, and whatnot. Arn Anderson is now, and some of the Nightmare Factory members of the Senate. So, and they literally did the stabbing essentially with a chair and steel steps, and they beat down the family. And isn't this just awesome? Isn't this awesome? They make a story here where Cody has become Caesar. Jake Roberts' massive prophecy of Kaiser, of Caesar, for Cody has been fulfilled. QT, here's the thing that shocks me more. It's not even with the well-known talent for some people. The people I see on Twitter were like, who's QT again? And that's mostly because he's on Dark and whatnot, and has mostly hung out on there, and is on the bystander side and whatnot, and they have to go ahead and rush this whole explanation out unless you do watch Dark, in which case you get the story, you get the continuity. But the idea that Cody Rhodes decides, hey, let's push this guy who not a lot of people know and give him a shot to at least get upper mid card, or it's like, that's pretty fun. They gave him Brutus. He's basically Brutus in this feud at 2 QT, and Cody just put himself as Caesar and is just stabbed in the back by the Nightmare Factory, by the Senate, essentially, in this. So it's pretty fun. It is actually pretty fun they did this. And Red Velvet is now part of the group, only to get her ass kicked by Jade Cargill afterwards. So that feud's not done. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty fun seeing how this feud goes on for the next couple of weeks. And if it could somehow make it to Double or Nothing, I would be shocked if it makes it all the way to the end of May. If I'm correct on that date, let's double check. This is kind of awesome. This is kind of awesome they managed to get to that point. May 29th. So yeah, they essentially are going to have to give it 2 months to stretch this out somehow. But I think this is a TV feud. Just remember this. This is a TV feud. There's no title contention going on. But they gave Shakespearean tragedy on here. Whereas WWE has a WrestleMania feud going on. And it has 5th grade report cards. We're really at this point now. And I just said this to Wrestle Council on their channel during their live stream, and it's just, and they agree this is kind of like this is where we're at. AEW is doing the Shakespearean play here, adapting it to wrestling, and now WWE is doing the sophisticated content, where it's the same company that did racist remarks against all of Japan. So, good job, Vince. So, anyways, how do you think this is gonna go? I wanted to just talk about the actual intelligence that, like I said, I don't think this was a 100% plan by AEW to like follow through with Jake Roberts' promo. I think that this is more like like Wrestle Council thinks it was a mix of both, where like, okay, we're gonna do this backstabbing. It's gonna happen in March. Wait. What do you mean that Jake Roberts cut a promo about Cody being Julius Caesar? Okay, we can work that too. Okay, we got it. Let's do the backstabbing. QT, you're Brutus. So, yeah, this is actually kind of fun. This is kind of like what I love, that fans can make this callback to it, because this now fulfills the prophecy. Jake Roberts' prophecy has been fully realized. So that was pretty fun, wasn't it? So, this was Neo Reality Entertainment, the WrestleVerse, talking about QT Marshall versus Cody Rhodes, the Ides of March edition of AEW. Et tu, QT, and feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other content in the description below. I'll see y'all next time. Oh god, this was pretty damn fun, isn't it?